Good evening, this is sexologist Dr. Dave, and I have received special training in counseling uh, gay and bisexual men, and I also have received special training in resolving the sexual issues of gay and bisexual men. This Q&A session is basically directed towards gay and bisexual men who may have lots of relationship and sexual problems, and I hope this particular Q&A will help many of them. So let us get down to the question of today. This is a question which was posed to me by one of my patients. Okay, your question is, how do you handle casual sex and one night stands? Now, answering your question, there are a few things you need to remember when you are into casual sex or a one night stand. The first and the foremost thing which you need to remember is discuss beforehand what actually are you looking out for sexually in your partner, and also hear out what the other person wants from you as far as sex is concerned. Because if you end up together and then you realize that somebody else is looking out for something else and you have to offer something else, then there's going to be a lot of chaos and problem. So make sure that you have a good discussion. The second thing which you need to remember is if you're bringing a guy back home, he normally assumes that you can spend the night at his place. If that is not going to happen, please tell him very clearly that he cannot stay at your house the whole night. Alternately, if you are going to somebody else's house, and if you cannot stay overnight, please tell them very clearly that you cannot stay overnight at their place. This is something very, very important. The third thing which you need to remember when you are talking about casual sex, or when you're talking about one night stands, you need to remember one thing which is again very, very important, is refuse invitations to the middle of nowhere. Now, what am I trying to say? Suppose you meet a guy, you like him, you're attracted, and then he says, oh, let's go to so and so place, and that so and so place is in the middle of nowhere. It's in the middle of a like a midst of a jungle or a very lonely place. So always refuse these kind of invitations, because if you are in trouble, you will not be able to receive any help. You might be raped and killed, who knows? So just avoid these people. Yes, the next tip which I want to give is you've met the person and then you realize that somewhere along the line you're not clicking, or the sex doesn't seem to be working out, or if you start to feel uncomfortable, make your excuses and leave. You don't have to be so polite about that. And the last thing I want to mention, because ejaculating is very, very important for men, so make sure that if you have ejaculated, your partner has ejaculated as well, so both of you are sexually comfortable and satiated, except of course if your partner says that it's okay if he doesn't come. But if that is not the case, make sure that both of you come and both of you are satisfied. That is kind of expected in a casual sex or a one night stand. So I hope these things will help you to manage what is known as casual sex or one night stand. Thank you.